What's up guys, macadii here, and today guys, a brand new team building video where what we're going to be doing is building around Crabominable up in OU. It's a bit of a mouthful, that guy, but he should still be pretty fun from there. So if you guys do enjoy the video and you like the team, don't forget to leave a like down below. I would really appreciate it. If we can get this to 70 likes, then I'll also post a live showcasing this team as well as a little bonus, because it shows you guys like the team and things like that. So we have got a Life Orb Crabominable with the Iron Fist, because, I mean, its abilities, while cool, like Anger Point could be very situational, but probably not that great. There's not actually that much in terms of intimidation within the tier outside of Landorus's, and to be honest, Landorus T will not want to be switching into Crabominable. So I think Iron Fist just works a little bit better for a little bit of extra oomph with our power-up punches. But we have got Close Combat, Ice Hammer, Earthquake, and Power-Up Punch. Now, this set, the guy in general is a very interesting mon. Fighting and Ice type is a fantastic offensive typing. Hits a lot of things very, very hard. Ice in general is just always really, really great. And you combine the two, this guy gets Close Combat. It also gets a special move. I don't know if it's unique to itself, but it gets Ice Hammer, which lowers the speed by 1 and is 100 base power. So basically Ice type hammer arm, which is crazy. Gets Earthquake, which allows you to hit Toxapexes and Aegis Slashes and stuff like that. And then we got the Power Up Punch to be able to get an extra attack boost. Because basically, if we can do that, with base 132, something's going to die on the next turn. So that's going to be pretty cool from there. So at the minute, we've got a max HP set with a max attack set with an Adamant Nature. Now, the only downside with having such great offensive typing in Ice and Fighting is that defensively, its stats aren't that great, and its typing's not that great. It has a whole host of different weaknesses. So I've been having a think about it, and I think we're better off making this guy part of a Trick Room team. So we're going to go down the Trick Room route. At the minute, considering how many slow mons there are that have been added, I think it's got great potential, and also how offensive a lot of the the teams are that you face. So having some way to be able to counter that speed and bring Crabominable in their face, where it's going to be outspeeding their entire team because it's slower than them and just absolutely wrecking. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. It also gives us a way to just, in general, just do a whole load of wall breaking and potentially open up slots for other Pokemon to then come in and sweep later on. So we do need some Trick Room setters, and it would be ideal. The last time I built a Trick Room team, we didn't have rocks and anything like that. So I think I'm going to go old school, and I'm going to go down the Bronzong route, which I used to before. I know it doesn't work with Aegis Slash, but we can always work around our team and basically try and find the best answers that we can. So I'm going to go for a, not Life Orb, what am I doing? We can either go Normal Gem or Mental Herb. It depends on you. To be honest, I'm not seeing many taunts, so I think Normal Gem might be quite a fun way to go. With the Levitate, you want to have Trick Room, Stealth Rocks, Gyro Ball, and Explosion. So what that basically allows you to do is it's a suicide lead where I normally go for, let's see, I think we're going to go physically defensive. I think we normally go physically defensive, and thinking about the teams, like Pheromones likes to lead and stuff like that, having a physically defensive guy is probably the best way to go from there. So we want minimum speed for the Gyro Ball to hit the hardest. Explosion is going to do a decent amount with the Normal Gem. And basically this guy's designed, you set up rocks or you set up Trick Room first. You set up Trick Room if you want to guarantee get Stealth Rocks up next turn, or if you know you're going to be able to take 2 hits, you can go Stealth Rock, then set up the Trick Room, and then you can explode from there, or you can always switch out if you know something's going to be able to take the hit and save Bronzong for later. But basically it's a way to guarantee getting Trick Room up early game, which is absolutely great. It still does a decent amount to most things with Gyro Ball, so not the worst thing in the world. Obviously Aegis Slash can be a problem, but we can work around that, and we can try and find ways to be able to deal with that. And then obviously the Explosion from there is going to be very, very nice to put a huge dent into something if we want to, and then bring in something in to then start sweeping from there. Another Pokemon I really want to use again, which I did have in my my last one, but I can't not bring it because it's so powerful, is the Magearna with the Life Orb. Or do we have Leftovers last time? Do you know, we had Leftovers, because this guy's designed to be basically bulky Trick Room setter. So this guy hits crazily hard. It sets its own Trick Room up, which is great. We want to be negative speed. I always forget the nature, so it's easier just to make it modest and then adjust it from there. But basically this guy is great because the Soul Heart gives you a +1 boost to your special attack, which is always every time you get a kill. So it's basically like Moxie but for special attackers, which is great if this guy's under Trick Room. You get a kill, you get the boost, and then you can start basically sweeping from there. fantastic typing on the defensive side, and also, you know, decent offenses mean that this guy's actually really great as a Trick Room setter. Gives you great handles to dark types and stuff like that, because originally with Trick Room setters, then predominantly were very knockoff weak, so having something that resists knockoff is absolutely great. Leftovers makes it actually quite hard to revenge, being max HP with those defenses, so overall it's a really, really fantastic modern for Trick Room. So we're going to go Dazzling Gleam, Flash Cannon, Thunderbolt, because that allows us to take on Toxapexes, Celesteelers, and stuff like that, and also the Trick Room. So that's going to be very, very nice. A nice little Trick Room setter. We've got 8 in there because that gives, whatchamacallit? I'm forgetting the name now. Genesect, a attack boost. So most of the time they have Flamethrower if they're the special one. And then they do sometimes have Blaze Kick, but most of the time they're going to want to, you know, they're going to end up getting the attack boost and they have to click U-turn. It basically just covers for them, which is quite nice. So it doesn't get that boosted Flamethrower. So that's going to be pretty cool. Most situations, hopefully, we will have the Trick Room up, but, you know, in case we don't, it's always quite a fun way to go. Another Pokemon I really want to try with this team, which I think could be quite interesting, is Drampa. Old Papa Drampa, with the Life Orb. This guy is great because this guy gives me a semi sort of answer to Egg Slash. I can switch into any Shadow Sneaks and King Shields and stuff like that. This guy has, like, an amazing special move pool, absolutely amazing. And really terrible speed, which also helps us a lot. 36 speed is absolutely great. We can have 0 IVs in the speed, so that is going to be very, very slow. With max HP, so this guy will become, you know, decently bulky with the Berserk. So the Life Orb basically brings us down to Berserk range, and then our special attack gets raised. So we end up with Life Orb plus a Choice Specs with base 135 special attack. You can see how that's going to go from there. So we're going to go for the Hyper Voice, Dragon Pulse. So we've got our 2 stabs, and then I want the Fire Blast, because that allows us just to nuke Aegislash if we want to. We could also go Flamethrower if we're not men enough, but maybe we'll go Flamethrower, because I know what I'm like. I'm always going to be missing stuff, and then I kind of want... We can either go Ice Beam or Thunderbolt. At the minute, I'm thinking Thunderbolt, just because it helps a little bit. I guess we've got Flamethrower for Celesteela. It will either be Thunderbolt or Ice Beam would be our best one, or we could even go Roost if we want to, because the great thing you've got with Roost is you get sent down below 50% HP, you can recover up again, and then you can bring yourself back down to 50% HP and do a huge amount of damage from there. Or we could even go Shadow Ball, actually. Shadow Ball wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, because that actually helps me with a lot of the Psychic types. I'm actually going to go for that, and we could even change this up now, because now we've got to wait, and I might go Thunderbolt. I think Thunderbolt plus Shadow Ball seems to be the best way, because it allows us to take on Egg Slash still, we can take on Celesteela, Toxapex, and also all of this, you know, any Psychic types and stuff like that. So I think that looks pretty pretty sweet from there, and we might be able to catch a few, you know, Tapus off, Tapu Leles off guard there as well. So let's have a think. What else do we want that's going to be a good Trick Room team? So I've just sorted this by speed, so we can have a look what we want to do. I'm thinking we might go Reuniclus, because that Reuniclus regenerated Trick Room setter thing was absolutely brilliant, and it was really, really useful to have something that keeps coming back and being able to put the pressure on that way. So let's have a look. The other option, I almost want to try Alolan Golem, because Alolan Golem hits like a truck, like an absolute truck. I think what we might do, we're going to go Reuniclus. I think the Reuniclus makes sense. It pairs really well with Drampa, because it can take all the fighting hits. We've also not got a fighting immunity yet, so, not immunity, fighting immunity or resist, so it would be nice to have that. So we had Leftovers with the Regenerator, with Psychic, Shadow Ball, so that helps us take on Egg Slash, Recover, and Trick Room. So this guy's not necessarily meant to sweep himself, but he's basically designed to be fat, a little bit difficult to kill, and then we set up Trick Room and we basically assist the other our friends on the opposing ends trying to sweep, try and help them sweep from there. So we go for a Modest Nature just because it gives us a bit more of a punch, which is quite nice. And also it gives us a few more EVs, because we got base 125 attack. Giving us a Modest Nature gives us quite a few more EVs than giving us a bold nature. So I think that works a little bit better. We also want the negative speed because we are under Trick Room. So that's looking pretty sweet from there. And I would like another way to be able to handle fighting type moves and stuff like that. Let's have a look. And it would be good to have an electric immunity. So we could go down the Marowak route. And I do kind of like the Marowak option, the Alolan Marowak, because we can go for the Bone Club. This guy also helps me with... Oh, we don't want Rare Bone. We want the club. Whatever it's called. Fit Club. That's it. We could go down either the Lightning Rod or we can go down the Rock Head option, because that's going to be pretty nice to help us take on our Flare Blitz recall and stuff like that. But on the other hand, the Lightning Rod helps us a bit with the Tapus and a few electric types and stuff like that, because we don't have an electric community, and I can just see it. If we don't get a chance to get Trick Room up, it's going to be a bit of a bloodbath with those Volt Switches. So I'm kind of leaning towards Lightning Rod. Let me know what you guys think. We can always change that back if we want to. But we're going to go for Flare Blitz, Shadow Bone, Knockoff, and Earthquake. And we're going to go for negative speed, or we'll just go for Adamant and just change it again. So we're going to go negative in there, max attack, max HP, like that. And we want an odd number of HP to make sure we can switch into the right number of rocks an extra time, and we'll put the last 8 in Spadef. So I think, as far as I can see, that's going to be the team for now. So let me know, guys, what you think of the team, and sort of how it's developed and stuff like that, and if there's any ways that you think I can improve it before the live. So yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, I would really appreciate it, and I will see you guys at the next one. Macadii out.